Hey guys, Victor here. I know I haven't been releasing too many videos lately, but I did say that I'd be getting back to you guys on the Green Lantern movie. Now, I believe I intended to look at it, when new information came out, and I did not, but here I am now, having just seen the movie, and thus, this is going to be a review, spoilers entirely, of my first impressions of the movie. In 2 weeks, I may have a distinctly different view of it. I would say that I already saw some flaws in it, but to start the review, I had a good time. It was fun. I'd watch it again, and I'm going to see the sequel. If you want to walk away from it now without any spoilers, there it is. There were flaws, but let's start with let's start by looking at Ryan Reynolds. There were a lot of reservations about having him as Hal Jordan, and he might not have been the perfect Hal Jordan if they had done the movie a different way, if they had the focus different, but they were looking at character, and funny enough, I think Ryan Reynolds was the right guy for this. He did manage to display the proper emotions. He managed even a little bit of subtlety, not much, but enough to serve the story and the plot and the messages, I guess, the movie was trying to get to, and I will get to that later. Let's see, the Carol Ferris relationship, him and Carol Ferris, the requisite love interest. I was really dreading this one, and some of it could get painful, but overall it actually worked very well for the story. There's this overarching idea throughout the entire story, the examining fear and courage and responsibility and stuff like that. Pretty common actually for superhero movies, but they did it right. They didn't try to get too... Well, actually they kept a lot of tension, sexual tension and otherwise, with them, but that worked, but they didn't overwhelm it, so yeah, I was okay with it. There was... The movie is pretty self-aware in certain ways. Hal Jordan, he does his first debut, his first save as a superhero. He saves a helicopter by having it go on a fancy racetrack thing, and it was really stupid, and the movie called him on that. Because it's like, yeah, it was just what was in my head, And also later, he tries to go up to Carol as Green Lantern, and well, basically he was trying to seduce her, I think, with the suit, and she should have called him on that. But what she calls him on is like, wait a minute, Hal? She immediately, well, after a few seconds recognizes him, and that's exactly what would happen in real life if some guy came up to you in a mask who you've known for your entire life. So that was funny, and it redeemed any annoying parts with that relationship. In fact, it was that good of a scene. As for the Corps itself, the Green Lantern Corps, I liked that they did a small focus, on Sinestro, who I'm not sure they named in the movie, but I'll get to that. Kilowog and Abin Sur, or Tomar-Re, that's it, and the Guardians. I'm glad that they did that, but they also did make a point of showing other lanterns and giving the fans and people who were looking for the effects what they wanted, enough to look at and explore further, perhaps. I think there were some weaknesses in the writing. Some things should have been better established. Some things probably should have been thrown out. There's this one funny bit with Green Lantern is he does two big save scenes on Earth. And one is where he saves Carol Ferris. Now they say that he saved hundreds of people in that scene. He stops a helicopter from hitting Carol Ferris. But that's all he does, really. He saves the guys in the helicopter and he saves Carol. Everyone else had to scatter on their own. And, okay, the helicopter careens through a crowded thing of people. And they all manage to dive out of the way. All these Ferris aircraft employees, ninjas. But yeah, at least he saved the girl. And then later, as the big villain is consuming, waves of people throughout a city, one lady is about to get consumed. Apparently she caught Parallax's attention, and Green Lantern saves her. It's like the guy has way too much focus on individual damsels. Needs to broaden his scope. He's a Green Lantern. But other things like, okay, there's a scene where he says, okay, to the Guardians, guys, help me save my world. That would make sense if, you know, because they're very reluctant and everything. It would have made more sense if they had established early on that, you know, there's a sense of independence within the Corps. Everyone has to take care of their own problems. If they had stressed that more, that scene would have made sense. The way it was put in, it looked like it was just there for more drama, and thus it weakened, I think, the tension of the confrontation and everything there. But yeah, other than that, yeah, still fun. Hector Hammond. This is the part where they actually tried to put a message into the film, and it wasn't subtle. I don't think you could miss it, but they did have some subtle approaches. They did do it fairly artfully. Hector Hammond, there are a lot of parallels between him, his character, and Hal Jordan. Hector Hammond, by the way, if you are watching this without having watched the movie, is kind of the secondary bad guy. He gets telekinetic powers from Parallax, the primary bad guy. But yeah, he just, oh yeah, he has parallels to the hero. There's the way they handle fear, embracing it versus overcoming it, living up to expectations, embracing responsibility, stuff like that. Again, not subtle, but effective. More than I expected from the movie. As for the 3D, that's the thing, is that 3D is used in everything, and I don't particularly favor it. I don't get that much out of it. But I like that they're moving away from the gimmick aspect of it and doing more of a, they're making it for texture, to make it more high definition or whatever you'd call it. And that I appreciate. Yeah, like I said, don't get much out of it. Oh, by the way, not much more to say, but I will point out that they did skip... I hate that guy. They did skip the whole yellow weakness thing, and that I appreciate. As much as the purists would like to keep that kind of thing on, it's always been pretty stupid. Okay, so that's my thing of Green Lantern. I've got a couple more reviews out that I'm going to be putting out this month, hopefully actually pretty soon. But in the meantime, you guys have a good day, have a good week, however long it takes me to get back to you. Thanks for watching.